Hello, my name is Michele, and you're listening to Profit is a Choice.
Here we are, midway through the year, and the question becomes, are you on track to meet your goals? I believe that July is a great time to renew your energy and also to renew your goals with a goal-setting session. Listen in as we chat about the 3 reasons to set new goals in July.
Every day, empowered entrepreneurs are taking ownership of their company financial health and enjoying the rewards of reduced stress and more creativity. With my background as a financial software developer, owner of multiple businesses in the interior design industry, educator, and speaker, I coach women in the interior design industry to increase their profits, regain ownership of their bottom line, and to have fun again in their business. Welcome to Profit is a Choice.
Okay, if you've been listening for more than a hot minute, you know that I suggested in the May episode 142, to take your design business on vacation. We've been looking at all the best practices in setting and maintaining goals in the podcast this year, and we talked about it there. And now here we are in July, and I'm telling you to do more goal setting. I'm sure if you could, you would throw your listening device, but just hang with me for a few minutes and let me explain my reasoning. And then feel free to act upon the info as you need to, even if that means throwing your listening device. I'm okay with that. Okay. When we're creating strategic plans and we're doing our best to manage to them over time, what we really uncover is that the closer we get to the endpoint we're measuring to, the more we know. And with this increasing insight, we also learn that what we may have thought might not now be the case. So with this in mind, I'm going to free you up to check and reset your goals if necessary. See, I'm not just adding to your list of goals. I am giving you some permission to change some and even delete some if they no longer serve you, your clients, or your teammates. So how do we get started doing this? The first thing I want to tell you that would be super helpful would be to review your prior goal setting exercise, regardless of whether you did it in November or December of last year or January or March of this year. Just pull it out and look at it. Okay, now go grab your why statement, your values, and your strategic plan. If you don't have a strategic plan, check out episodes 129 and 131. Okay, do you have them all in front of you? Great. So what you want to do is do a review, read over them, and consider what you know now that you didn't know when they were created. Hopefully, you indicated some decision points for the plan that you created and any assumptions that you made when you wrote it. Ask yourself and evaluate to see, are these assumptions still true? Has something shifted? Do you think these are the best goals for now? What might need to be kept, added, or deleted? Now that you've done the review, the second part of this is to begin writing out new goals, removing those that no longer apply, adjusting those that you know more about. And don't forget to create your KPIs or your key performance indicators for each goal. This just tells us and allows your team to know what you are measuring to. And then the third thing to do is, with the goals reviewed and updated, make a plan to actually monitor them. It does us no good to set KPIs if we don't have a monitoring plan. So your monitoring plan could be daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or any rhythm that you feel is adequate to get the results that you want. Okay, so we've now covered how to quickly set new goals. Let's shift our gear for a minute to the why. We've already hinted to some of it in the opening, but let's go a bit deeper. These are 3 reasons to set new goals for the new year in July. Reason 1, we now know what we didn't know before. New information brings new decisions. Hopefully, if you've been monitoring to the goals you set before, you can see the changes that are now coming about with intentionality. Looking for new information as we get closer to an endpoint allows us to realign the goal or the endpoint so that we're really getting what we want. Consider this example. Imagine that we thought we wanted to go to one city in a state to visit because we believe it's got this awesome attraction that we're just absolutely dying to see. It's a must see. And we are 3 states away at the time we're traveling by car. We might not worry so much about the details of where we're going exactly 3 states away. But perhaps when we're 1 state away, we're going to look and we're going to make sure that we've double checked our calculations, and we're going to make any plans to adjust the itinerary to allow us to arrive in the best possible time at the right location. And then imagine that as we go back and research, we realize we got the city wrong, that there's another city right near there with a very similar name that holds the attraction we're looking for. We still have time to change our destination instead of arriving to a location that doesn't have what we want. And the same holds true with our goals. We think we want something and we are 6 to 12 months away. And as we get closer, we begin to dial in a bit, and we can see more readily, is it achievable? We can evaluate the necessity of reaching the goal. Heck, we may have already reached the goal, and now we're having to reach out to a further goal. New information means new potential goals. So don't just trash what we've done before. Take this as an opportunity to keep going. Reason 2, we may just want something totally different. And that's okay. Your why doesn't change. We know that. But the mission or the way that you put your why out into the world might change. And so maybe a really great idea has come about, or an opportunity that you didn't see coming has now presented itself. Why would we force ourselves to hold to goals when our desires have shifted? Give your business room to breathe. I think that is something that has been so important for me. Not to be so structured that I don't have room for me to breathe, for the evolution of my business to breathe. We should never let pride or prior goals be the only reason that we're doing something and then not shift gears in business. And please hear me when I say this. I'm not advocating for just throwing out your plan or throwing it to the wind every 6 months. But I am saying make sure it still aligns with your heart, your goals, and your business. Business progress is rarely a straight line from point A to point B. It's a messy up and down, backtracking, and sometimes double time movement forward just to get from one point to another. This is part of the journey. So take time to enjoy it and explore all that it could be. Reason 3. It re-energizes your team. January to December seem so long away from each other. And when we set goals at the beginning of the year and then we never look at them, or even if we do until December, they almost become meaningless to the team. By doing quarterly check-ins and then opening up the goal setting in July for any necessary revisions, we are indicating to our team that we're serious about creating a roadmap for our success, not just going along by the seat of our pants. And then we're measuring and working to maintain the roadmap. We're keeping it up to date. This intentionality gets our teams excited. They want to move forward. They want to ask questions. They want to get behind the plans because they know that they're being monitored and that they matter. This involvement allows each team member to contribute. And those that may have joined the team since the last goal setting exercise, let's say 6 months ago, they now get to ask questions and assist in creating a company pathway going forward. This review can be done in a normal team meeting, but I would suggest that you allow more time. Maybe it's a good idea to consider going off-site and wrapping this around a celebration or a team building lunch or dinner. Don't forget to pull in some fun like we covered in episode 149. Make this a time of excitement, not drudgery. Being intentional about the work of the firm is instrumental in continued success. Don't believe me? Give it a try. Do some team building by reevaluating and even creating new goals for your year. Don't worry, you still have 6 months to complete it. Check out the 7-figure case study on my website at scarlettthreadconsulting.com to see what can happen when goals are set, monitored, and embraced. The profits can be amazing, and we all know that this doesn't happen by accident. Profit is a Choice is proud to be part of the designnetwork.org, where you can discover more design media reaching creative listeners. Thanks for listening, and stay creative and business minded.